In coaching, we're taught about the 6P rule. Prior proper planning prevents poor performance. The reason why people are performing poorly is because they didn't realize the price they needed to pay to get the results that they wanted. They didn't realize how much it would cost them, and they weren't willing to pay the price in full and in advance. Our job is in life not to perform, but to prepare to perform. We can't do more than just be prepared. The rabbis tell us about how when we blow shofar on Rosh Hashanah, it's considered, Hashem says, as if you brought yourselves as an Akedat Yitzhak in front of me. And that's very shocking that how could it be considered like I brought myself Akedat Yitzhak? I wasn't on an altar. My father wasn't standing over my head with a knife to slaughter me. But the explanation is the whole Akedat Yitzhak was not to see if he was going to die. The question was, are you prepared to die? The test was, can you put him up on the altar? And that's really the test that we have, as the Noam Elimelech says, that when you want to have the best kavanah to pray, you're supposed to say in the words, Hashem is bringing a redeemer for his grandchildren with love. Have in mind in those words that I'm ready to die with Sikila, Serefa, Hereg, Vahenek, the 4 deaths of Bedin. And by doing so, a person is much more ready to have kavanah. His kavanah will soar. You know why? Because he's prepared to give up everything for God. And as much as we're prepared, that's how well we're going to usually perform. The reason why people don't wake up well is because they didn't prepare to sleep well from the night before. The reason why fathers sometimes don't perform well at a Shabbat table where getting the family into it is because they didn't prepare themselves emotionally for the Shabbat table. They didn't prepare a nice Dvar Torah that's going to get everybody into it and that is going to talk to everybody. They didn't prepare nice songs that everybody's going to want to sing. They didn't prepare a bag of candy, and that does magic. And that is the definition of a good father or a bad father. The same thing is true also in business. The same thing is true also in anything of performance, is how well prepared you are. The greatest sports goats, the ones who did the greatest of all times, those were the ones who would get up very early in the morning to be the most prepared for their performance when they were doing what they did. And that's the reason why Hashem considers, and we just blow the shofar, he says, it's like you brought yourself as an akedat. You know why? Because it shows that you're willing to give your soul back to me. So the way that we do this in coaching is we try to find out, what is your goal? What's important to you in 5 years, in 1 year, in 3 months, in 1 month, in 1 week, and 1 day, and ask yourself, what are you doing to prepare yourself for that end? And first, by knowing in the beginning what you want, you'll be able to be more focused on being prepared for what you want. The reason why Rachel Imenu is considered the one who is in the Shamayim able to pray that the children of Am Yisrael should come back to the land of Israel, and more than any other person in Shamayim that could pray for that. And when Hashem had them going out to Galut, he wanted them to pass over Rachel Imenu's kever to pray for the Jewish people, is because since Rachel Imenu was the one that when Yaakov asked his wives, Rachel and Leah, he said, which one of you are ready to die for me to go back to Israel? We know that Yaakov, he kept the Torah in Eretz Yisrael, and out of Eretz Yisrael, if it wasn't for in line with his destiny, he didn't keep the Torah. For example, he married 2 sisters. How was he marrying 2 sisters? Is because it was out of Israel. When he was asking, you're willing to come back to Israel, he was asking them, which one of you are willing to die to come back to the land of Israel? Vayan Rachel Ve'Leah. Rachel answered before her older sister Leah, and because of that, she had to die on the road. It wasn't a punishment. It was that if you care so much and prepared to die for your husband to learn in Eretz Yisrael Torah, if that's how important it is for you, the land of Eretz Yisrael, how could Hashem not allow the children to come back to Eretz Yisrael? And how could he not bring us back after this long galut? So many mess ups happen in life when people start something and they're not prepared for it. People come to marriage, they're not prepared for marriage. To be prepared for marriage means that you are prepared from now on to make somebody else happy. You are prepared from now on to judge somebody else favorably. If you can't commit to wanting to be somebody who's going to make somebody else happy, if you're not ready to commit to judging somebody else favorably for the rest of your life, then you're not really ready to get married. This is what our rabbis teach us about marriage, and that's why their relationships crumble, because they never were prepared for this. When you start a new business, are you prepared for a new business? What it means to be prepared for a new business means that the first 2 years you're willing to lose money. Then the next few years you're willing to just break even. And it's a 7-year process that you're saying, I'm going to go through this because I believe in this long-term goal. And if you're not ready for that, you're not really ready to start a business. If you're not ready for starting a business, then don't start it, because you're not going to survive it. You're not going to go through with this. And the whole problem is just in the beginning, the person wasn't prepared emotionally for it. Are we prepared emotionally for tomorrow? Are we prepared emotionally for tonight? We're really prepared to come home to the kids and to take every single child and show him that you're the most important thing to me in the world? And if we can't, then if we have problems afterwards, it's because we weren't really, really prepared. In life, we don't have to feel bad about our mistakes. We just have to be prepared not to do them again.